Hello, I'm AppyX3Cat, and while recently searching for a stronghold, I found this one which had its end portal annihilated by a woodland mansion. Or while looking for a village, I found this one in the middle of a multi-thousand block mesa, or indeed, I recently was looking for the secret rooms of a woodland mansion. You're usually lucky to find just one, but this woodland mansion has 8, which means it feels like it's more secret room than anything else. I have been searching for lots of structures recently, you might have noticed in the videos, and so while doing that, I found some very weird seeds, and so I figured, why not have a bit more of a traditional Seed Sunday where I show you some of the strangest spawns that you can have in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And this first one's an interesting example, which I'll show you by dying, because respawning is one of the best ways to show off the world spawn. This is the new death message, and this is the world spawn on this given seed. You'll see that you actually spawn right in front of, or on top of, an igloo, which is fun enough by itself, but it's actually an igloo which has a basement below it. This means this is one of the fastest seeds that you can access a brewing stand on, or a golden apple, or even more fun than both those things combined, you can actually cure a zombie villager, which is incredible if you ask me, but even more incredible is the fact that you might have seen in my death message that this stone pillar actually is very visible all the way down to right over here, which means that if you want to, you can access this whole thing without having to deal with any of that. But even more fun than that is the fact that you can replace any of this with stained glass, including the staircase / ladder up and the other accesses to this place, and you can make this a beautiful base which you basically spawn inside of, and which already gives you 2 villagers to start your whole own village from scratch. And in case that isn't good enough, the fact that you have a whole village just on the next mountain over surely makes this one of the greatest survival spawns if you want to do something interesting with your world, which is something I love to do. I also love that this has an interesting mix of biomes. Just over there is a swamp, and just over there is another village, so you have everything you need to have, especially as you can see, there is this lovely frozen river. But in case this isn't good enough, in case lots of biomes near spawn isn't your thing, maybe you'll love this second seed more. Because while I was doing research for my ultimate guide to strongholds, I was loading up a few random Minecraft seeds and looking at their nearest stronghold, and this seed already blew me away just from looking at the spawn. As you can see, you've got a mesa biome spawn with a desert, a jungle, and a savanna in that direction if you want them, but if you choose to go this way towards the Mega Mesa Mountain, you're not going to regret what you find at the top. This, I thought, was one of the most impressive views in Minecraft. You can see the red sand part of the mesa over there, but if you look to the right, you can see an insanely sized mesa biome, one of the most beautiful biomes the game has, and as you can see, it covers a ridiculous amount, all while being in the hardened clay variety, which is the very rarer type of it, and you can see there's so many mesa plateaus and random little mountains here and there, but even more interestingly, there are gaps inside of it so that things like this ruined portal can exist. I love to see an almost finished portal just existing right here, but what I love to see even more is this mountain over here, which looks even taller, and this is the crazy bit. I went to the top of that mountain, and I realized the view from here was even better. As you can see, on the side of the mountain, you've got some dripstone caves. Dripstone caves generating exposed to the air in the middle of a mountain, already crazy, but then you can see that the top of the mountain gets to 255 and even 256 in some places. This is the hard limit after which Minecraft cuts off the terrain, but you can see from just how many mountains make it up to this height that this is a world seed that was trying to generate even taller mountains. This is one of the most mountainous, ridiculous seeds ever, but it's all mesa biome, which is crazy to say by itself, but once you look around from above here, you can see just how wild this mesa starts to be. This is the closest thing you get to a mesa biome single world, and to prove that, let me show you how far you can go before you meaningfully reach the limit of this. It goes on and on and on and on, and it's mostly the hardened clay version of this biome, which means if you wanted hardened clay in large quantities, you would have the lifetime supply right here, and more importantly, if you wanted to build something beautiful going through it, you'd have the option of going through a biome which would take literally minutes to fly across, let alone walk or minecart or anything else. And what I think is crazy about this is if you look at my coordinates, you can see that I'm well over 1,000 blocks away from spawn on multiple axes, and indeed, if I show you the 2 edges of this biome, one of them is found at x2600, while the other is found at -200, resulting in a mesa biome that is 2,800 blocks long and well over 1,500 blocks wide. This is a mesa biome that covers over 3 million blocks therefore, and if you want to have a mesa biome single world without having to download anything, or indeed without having to have it not be a pure survival world, this is the option for you. Lots of people like mesas, but you can put your money where your mouth is and start basically a mesa only world today if you really want to. And I think there are other sorts of quirks that you might care about here, but let's be honest, this is the single biome mesa world. If you want something quirky, you might prefer the other thing I found while loading up seeds and looking at their strongholds, because this is a spawn in a very snowy biome that looks fairly, standard by default. There's no floating igloo around here, there's a lot of ice which is handy, but ultimately it looks like a standard seed until you go to your nearest stronghold. And you find that it's a very abnormal place, not just for having one of these libraries that doesn't have a second floor, it was deleted to make way for something else, not just for the 2 altar chests chilling in a hallway by themselves, next to, by the way, this weird line of cobblestone, which reveals itself to indeed be a zombie spawner, which is perfectly sandwiched between the 2 hallways of the stronghold, resulting in actually having a functional chest, actually having a functional kind of cube, and almost looking like it's intentional. But on top of these things, one of my favorite and funniest things about this seed is what you'll find just up ahead here. So this is an abandoned mineshaft which looks like it's just right next to the stronghold, already a crazy coincidence, but what's wild is it actually will lead you straight to the end portal room. This is the end portal room that has an abandoned mineshaft running right through it, and by that I don't mean the the abandoned mineshaft just runs through the end portal room, which is interesting enough by itself, but also that it actually goes right through the end portal. This is very, very crazy to see, but as you can see, the end portal has a bunch of mineshaft going right through it, and it's just wild to say. The only thing more impressive has to be the fact that the end portal just about makes it out alive, because although the mineshaft runs right through the room, destroying the entirety of the thing and creating really weird holes here and there, the end portal manages to remain intact, which is more than we can say for the last time we found another structure intersecting with an end portal, so you can technically use this as a way to go to the end. What happens though if you already have a bunch of abandoned mineshaft going through? Let me show you, because this is one of my favorite things. Here I have my eye offenders, which I've naturally obtained, of course. We can pretend at least, for the sake of going through this. And what happens to all of this when I make an end portal? It all gets deleted, resulting in something quite fun, because although I'm here in the ends now, it's not a particularly notable end. It's just kind of chilling out here, having a fairly small circle in my opinion, having some pillars which are close to the edge of the end, so very, very fascinating. But if we go back to the overworld, you'll see that this makes one of the most interesting looking end portals anyone can have, and if that's what you want from your Minecraft world, I totally recommend this one. It's just a strange Minecraft seed all around, and that is something we love here on this channel. So this next seed, and indeed the last seed, are really great examples of when intriguing terrain meets incredibly rare results, and you're going to see what I mean. But yeah, I want to mention they were both found by Fragrant Result 186, clearly very good at finding these things, and I came across them while Googling, and I found this to be so interesting because it is a spawn that is partially spruce and indeed frozen mountain, and partially dark forest, meaning if you want to, you can have immediate access to a lush cave and emeralds if you want to have a slightly different mining experience, or if you want, you can do the inevitable and go into the roof forest and find, yes, a woodland mansion. And it's not just any woodland mansion, mind you, it's a woodland mansion which has access to multiple secret and rare rooms. And so just like on every first day I go on, I'm going to start by disappointing you and showing you the first of these 5 rare rooms, and this is the most pointless one Minecraft has. I don't know why it exists, but it is a secret and it is not findable from any other part of the mansion. But if you just go next door to it, you'll find a much more exciting one. This roof room is very exciting because you might not even notice the ceiling is low, but if you do go up there, you'll find there are actually 2 hidden chests. This hidden chest has a diamond hoe in it sometimes, or diamond armor, and this one has a trim, golden apples, and potentially even more goodies. That is something that is incredible by itself, but it's not the only thing you can find here, because if you mine straight down, you'll find that there is more to be offered from this place. So basically in every woodland mansion you're going into, you want to find secret rooms that look like they have geometry you can't access anywhere else. If you find some of that, for example, example right here, there is a room just to the right that looks like it wouldn't be accessible, and then you can dig through until eventually, wow, what is that? We have found ourselves the obsidian room. This is amazing because it's not just obsidian and lava, but in the middle of that lava, you might notice there is a block of diamond. You can't see it very easily, but if I cover the rest of it up, maybe you'd see it. The point here is to say that the ability to access diamonds immediately is pretty darn incredible, and it's not the only other secret room you'll find here. So if we dig down another layer, you can find there are more secret rooms, not just a random piece of grass which has found its way here, but also if we dig through some more walls, you'll see that, for instance, example behind this room right here is a fake end portal room. Oh, I should not have let that lava out. That is a bad idea. You do not want to let the lava go loose because the fake end portal might just activate. But 2 ender pearls and diamonds from spawn on this seed, which is also a fun reminder of why you should be careful of the fire risks of these mansions. I honestly do recommend burning down mansions if you just want the loot, but still, this seed would be incredible even if you burn down the mansion, not just for the loot reasons, but also for the seed, the place you locate in, and also the fact that there's another beautiful cave here, which is lush on the top and then lava and deep dark all the way at the bottom. What an incredible mixture of biomes and good luck this seed presents to you, but it's not the only incredible seed, because like I mentioned, there is another fragrant result seed that I want to share with you, because this is not just a deep dark which goes real deep, but instead it is the exact opposite. Having said that, I guess the actual opposite of the deep dark would be the high light. So that is actually what this last seed will deliver, definitely. This is the highlight of today's Seed Sunday, if you like weird survival situations, because that is one of my favorite things in a Minecraft seed. If you just want to look at interesting terrain, you can make your own from scratch. A Minecraft seed should provide you with a weird experience, and so this last one is indeed an experience to spawn not just next to this jungle temple, which is fun by itself, but a jungle temple which is on a deserted island that is just jungle surrounded by ocean. Getting biomes this small in Minecraft Bedrock is so hard, but what if I told you it got even better than this? You probably wouldn't believe me. A jungle survival island is already such a compelling idea for a new world, in my opinion, but what if I said that it did in fact get better, because somehow, some way, there is a second temple, and it generates right here in the middle of the ocean. If you look at this world and you see that it's a desert temple with literal coral sitting on it, by the way, when you look at this seed, it's hard not to believe that obviously, just obviously this is, one of those worlds that just is made by someone. But nope, this is a real Minecraft seed. Load it up for yourself and find out. And by the way, if you want to get really depressed about desert temples, did you know they ruined the side of these? There's a little bit of a blemish on the side now, because now to add that new secret room, they had to place 2 of the blocks accessible from the side here, which means, I guess actually, also pro tip, if you want to do some archaeology, you can do it from the side without ever having to enter the temple. You could also theoretically enter the basement this way, so just mine your way in there, and then you wouldn't have to deal with the big drop, although you've got to be very careful to be centered, because if you're not centered, you'll end up in the wrong angle. But here I am, getting the chests without ever risking going on the stone pressure plate, something which I love to see regardless. This is an absolutely incredible Minecraft seed, and for the right player, someone who is looking to do Survival Island, but the real legit way in 2023, this is the only way that I would consider doing it. And so if you're looking for the ultimate Minecraft seed for a new experience, give this one a shot. It also will allow you later on, once you get to the mastery point in Minecraft, to build your own terrain from scratch, make your own islands if you will, whether that's Nether, End, Deep Slate, whatever it is that you desire, you have the space to build it basically from scratch here, because the closest thing we have to the end and its infinite void in the overworld is an ocean, and you can build straight on top of it if you ever really want to. But if you don't want to, maybe instead you prefer subscribing to this channel, I would appreciate it if you did, and also you can, if you are purchasing any store content, or indeed any games at all for an Xbox or Nintendo platform, consider purchasing a gift card via the links down below. You pay the same price you normally do, but it also helps out the channel a lot, and is a very handy thing you can do to support the channel. And indeed, anything else you purchase via those links has the exact same effect. Thank you very much either way. I hope you enjoyed this Seed Sunday. I hope you found it interesting, because my god, if you don't find this interesting, I don't know what you will. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.